New team, people don't know what they're good at, and Enable definitely brings a lot of slaying power to this team, so I like that change.
Well, there we go. An important matchup for FaZe. The fate of their winner's bracket journey now hangs in the balance. One round loss is all they can take here in this series up against the Lightning Pandas. Will the Lightning Pandas strike on FaZe? Or will the FaZe clan come out on top? Momo, Revan, take it through us.
Oh, thank you very much, Miles. I'm certainly excited to get this one underway. Just the fact that Lightning Pandas have been steamrolling this group. Can they make it 4-0? I want to get your thoughts on it before we get into the action, Revan. What do you feel going into this one? You think LP have got what it takes?
I mean, the way they've been playing, absolutely. And look, FaZe, obviously, map count's going against them. They have to close this out in an early series. You can't see a game 5, otherwise FaZe won't be going through the winner's bracket. But look, I think the maps play well for both teams. Very SMG heavy. Both teams, obviously have great SMG players on them. It's going to be a close contested series, but obviously more pressure on the FaZe coming into this one.
Okay, well, kicking things off, the statue is pretty much split. FaZe, of course, edging towards that main street side going into the next one. But still 30 seconds, Zuma and Replays combining as Attach gets number 4 there. They're going to clean them out, and they're going to be able to set up very, very nicely here. Exotic off the respawn, currently 2-2, PPSH in hand. It looks like he's working maybe towards that rotation, but stripped down once again. That's back-to-back 4 downs here. FaZe Clan looking strong.
It's an 8 combined streak by everybody on the FaZe Clan. Make it 9, almost 10 there, but they had a superb setup on that statue side hardpoint. Essentially, you draw a line right through the middle of the map, like the 50-yard line, and everybody from FaZe were ready there. They had all the avenues covered, and they're just wiping the Lightning Pandas off of the map. They have a solid lead going into the second main street hardpoint. But, Lightning Pandas still early on in the game. No streaks acquired yet from the side of FaZe. They're just outslaying Lightning Pandas early on.
And I think what is important, correct me if I'm wrong, I think FaZe, they need to stop Lightning Pandas' momentum. They've been going on and on and on. If they just put a dominant hardpoint out there straight away, it puts doubt in Lightning Pandas' minds, and they're doing that right now here. They've got control of the main street here, and of course Priester right at the back of the map. He takes 1-on-1 here, and it could be good results. He's not going to find it though, and FaZe Clan, they're going to have to turn around. The spawns now in favor of Lightning Pandas, but there's only 25 seconds left, so if they can hang on, this is great for FaZe.
Yeah, actually number 2, Attach, as he spawns up underground along with his teammate. I don't want to see him fight for any sort of the scrap time. He should have just pushed right through back to where he spawned and then start playing for the second hardpoint. But just adding on to the point that you brought up a bit earlier, trying to stop the momentum on the side of Lightning Pandas, it's hard to do because keep in mind, LP, they're coming off that win from against Rise, and then FaZe, this is their first game of the day. So it's great to see them having such a strong start because they're firing on all cylinders. Their shots are warmed up, and it seems like they're playing really well at the start of this hardpoint.
Okay, well, kicking things off. The slaying side most definitely in FaZe's hands, as we do see around a 60-point lead here now as Zuma's getting taken down. For the first time, the Docs is in control of Lightning Pandas, and Royalty finding his way through. He's not going to be able to find a kill. Royalty, I believe, in sensitivity of 9-9. Insane to watch, and you can see now, it's madness, it really is, but he's consistent with it, and he always performs. Exotic finding a nice 2-piece here, but still in the control of the Lightning Pandas. We're going to see Priester break on in, a 4-kill streak for him. 11 kills to his name as well. Yeah,
Priester starting to separate himself from the rest of the pack in the lobby. As you were saying, on a 4 spree, nearly double positive here, and he's got those kills inside the hard point. So if we can real quick, switch over to Priester. Only 25 points away from the glide bomb. Obviously, streaks can be pretty impactful on a map like London Docks.
I couldn't have said it better myself. You combine London Docks with the likes of the glide bomb, fighter pilot, you can strip them down and knock them out here. 112 and counting. Lightning Pandas, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw them winning 3-0 against Rise. Well, FaZe Clan, they are having none of it. The current champions here, obviously Stage 1 playoffs. Looking to make their move. Priester, though, a little bit sneaky. Looks like he knows exactly where Guchar is, but taking his time. His teammate's going to fall. He's going to answer back, and 3 down. This could be the 4 again. That is FaZe Clan stopping Lightning Pandas in their tracks. Actually, Exotic does spawn at the back here, but Priester, he might be aware of this.
Yeah, I'm not sure how exactly Exotic got that spawn. Maybe as Priester loses the line of sight on the back and backs up a little bit into the hard point, opens up the spawn point for Exotic to go there. But look, with only 20 seconds remaining, FaZe are fine with giving up the spawns here. They're going to win this early rotation over towards the Crane hard point, and even if they didn't, obviously Priester streaked out, so they can afford late rotations as this game progresses on. But the slaying has to be stepped up here on the side of Lightning Pandas. Right now, you only have 1 player going positive. That's Enable at 12-10. Royalty now starting to find his rhythm into the game. He's on a 3 spree, but still, you're down by 60 seconds. A complete hard point here for Lightning Pandas. Not an insurmountable lead by any stretch of the imagination, but you don't want to see FaZe start to build too big of a lead here if you're a Lightning Pandas fan.
These kills are huge because these are going to determine the spawns. The fighter pilot's going to take down Enable. That's going to spawn them near underground. And the FaZe Clan members are going to fall. Exotic with the double here. He's on a 3-kill streak of his own. He has the only replays alive, but he's in the hill. Not for much longer. You see that mini-map all red at the top, and Lightning Pandas, should I say, now have full control. I love what Gunjar's doing here. He's pushing out. He's determining them spawns. Well, Zuma and Priester answer the call here as 2-2 split goes down. It looks like Lightning Pandas are starting to find their feet in the game.
Yeah, these could be huge engagements for Exotic here as he's near some streaks of his own. Yes, he's able to earn the glide bomb. Can he get anything else? He's going to challenge Attach down near the dock side of the map, and he's going to continue to push on forward. Attach no longer looking at him. Exotic now fully streaked out, so this is great for Lightning Pandas because they now have their own streaks to respond to whatever Priest is going to throw at them, and they're going to have more as well to play with. Now, a 40-point game. Lightning Pandas are, without a doubt, in this game still.
He starts 7-11. He makes that a 10-kill streak here. Fully streaked out, like you said, Revan, and we're going to see Lightning Pandas cross the 100-point mark shortly. FaZe Clan looked like they were the weaker team for the last 60 seconds, however, trying to bite back. We've got another rotation. The Lightning Pandas now, as Exotic and Gunjar take down 3. FaZe spawning on out. We're getting a much closer game here. I'm interested to see when these streaks will come in. And talking of streaks, Priest is going to invest one. The last player will be known, and that, of course, will be in fire. So FaZe Clan, again, a complete 4 down, but answered back with an artillery barrage.
Yeah, Zuma, he's just going to try to stay alive. Well, tough to do inside the artillery barrage, but remember the first time that Statue of Hardpoint was around, FaZe were able to get such a great setup going, and that was when they were on, like, the bottom side of the map, controlling over towards that main tree, having the spawns in favor of your team going into that second Hardpoint. Unable to get that same setup going here, though.
Okay, well, FaZe currently lead by 40 points. It could have been more, but they still remain in the lead. Let's jump on board with an Astro Gaming listening.
I'm underground, underground dead.
Let's go, front.
On hill weak, I hit him.
Artillery, backside or front side?
I just artilleried it.
Oh, you hit it, front?
All good. Clock, guys, line down. Clock that.
They have a bomb, they call the bomb.
Artillery will disappear in a second. Got in the back, right? They're in the back. I spawn beer, what could be cool? I spawn beer. He's in the backside hill.
Yeah, he's backfire, got me.
Back bus.
I'm going to clock.
Two on hill. I have your right.
I'm left, I'm naming backside hill. Stay down. Make him push you.
Hill, got him, let's go. Alright, yo, push. Yo, watch your big gate. I have it.
I pushed out. Someone in my back cross. They call short room, guys.
I'm inside. I'll get it. I'm in gate. Back dead. I have K2. Gate. Let's go.
Rotating. They're gonna be by 10. They're gonna
watch that. I just want to call. I'm wrapping it back.
Go on ladder.
They can spawn down. Yeah, they can spawn. No, they can spawn back.
I'm standing on my fire, guys. They got me from 10. Or docks.
Yeah,
I'm going to Macau.
See nothing. Got me a window. I'm pinching around crane. Yeah, one's in the window. One's crane. I'm coming with you. Yo, one's crane, guys. One's crane. Go on. Crane one shot. One's on hill.
Let's go.
On the box. One more there. Pinch this guy off. Yeah, he's on the corner. He's got me. Roti. Nice. Yo, fear steps.
Okay, to the other side. Kill teammate. One more return.
Come help you.
An age across.
Yeah, my street. Yeah, I have front beer, guys.
I'm starting the cross.
Front beer's dead. Oh, he's left side. He's on the pin.
Turn on.
I'm watching ladder.
Yo, I'll leave McCall and fire.
I have fire ladder. Okay. I have fire ladder.
McCall, watch out.
One steps. Okay, dead.
Replays missed to do it all right now with a minute and 20 in the hill, 25 and 16. But for me, the key thing is, how useful he is with both an STG, a PPSH, and even a little pistol as well, which he likes to whip on out. But that 40-point lead now, we're looking at FaZe Clan reaching nearly 220. This game, is it time to call it over, or are Lightning Pandas still in this one, Revan?
It's getting to that point, right, Momo? FaZe with, roughly a 100-point lead going into this beer Hardpoint. For Lightning Pandas, once again, the slang is just lackluster as Priest is going to get streaked out for the second time in this game. Aside from Exotic going on that, a 10-kill streak towards like the mid-stage of this game, nothing has been going in favor of Lightning Pandas. No more streaks available for them as Gunjar, he's going to find 3 kills inside the Hardpoint. Let's not call it over just yet, but FaZe only need 25 more points to close out map number 1.
FaZe looking strong here and looking to put a full stop in the momentum of Lightning Pandas as they are reach 130. However, FaZe Clan over 100 points in the lead. Replays now using all the streaks in his back pocket, trying to finish this game out. And the key thing to look at here is that rotation. Go into the crane, FaZe Clan, they're one step ahead once again. And yes, Lightning Pandas, they have to fight for this, but FaZe Clan, they're very well set up here to end it on crane. Yeah, absolutely. Lightning Pandas have to deny the remaining time for FaZe Clan, and then now they need to find a way to win the rotation on the other side of the map, going towards crane. Priest wind up calling in his fire pilot
pilot, now the glide bomb to follow it up. And Lightning Pandas, they have to fight from the inside. It's going to funnel them right through fire. Only 14 more seconds for FaZe to close this on out. It's Priest inside the hardpoint. Another glide bomb gets called and doesn't connect onto any kills, but what it's doing is it's buying time, buying separation. Lightning Pandas can't get close into the hardpoint, and FaZe are looking like they're going to close it out right here, right now on this green hardpoint.
And that is it, 250 to FaZe. Unfortunately, the momentum will be stopped. However, they'll have to regain going into the search and destroy, but Hardpoint London Docks goes to FaZe Clan.
There it is. The first chapter of this series has been written, and FaZe are getting the win. Lightning Pandas, they've got another chance to bounce back coming up in the S&D, but so far so good for the FaZe Clan. Nameless, what do you think of that one? I mean, what stood out for you as the big keys there from the boys in FaZe?
They were able to shut down Gunjar. You know, Replays had a really good game. Gunjar, he was sort of lacking in the slaying with the AR category there. And then Priesta had an incredible performance. He was like 27 and 18 with 2 minutes in the hill. Got his streaks early on in the game in that bar hill, and then he ended up getting streaks again at the end to close it out. So big ups to Priesta.
Yeah, at one point, like, while the headsets were off, he just turned to me and was like, man, this guy's too good. Like, it's ridiculous. It's
so
really
good.
exceptional stuff. And Momo, anything from you there? What was so spectacular about that for you?
For me, it was, I mean, Priesta was kind of going on a tear, but I think Replay's the consistency from the get-go, really. And he's a player which, again, we pan across and he's like leaning his head on his hands, he's just chilling, he's wearing some crazy pants. I don't know what he's wearing today, but he's just playing and doing himself. You know, he's not worrying about anything else, and I think he's comfortable now. I think a lot of the doubters have been silenced, and he's just in his own zone.
Well, there we go. We're going to jump on board now with a quick bit of Bravo action for you. We have LG going up against E6 right now. Now, this is another part of the crazy groups. I forget which group it is because I've been looking at all of them for the last few minutes. I forgot totally about it, but it is Charlie, and we do have a moment here to see. This is Pool C, if we can get that 5-way tie. And this is the very first map of the series, E6 versus LG, and so far, LG looking like they're doing okay here. Actually, I think the team's, yeah, LG is in the red, so we have LG in the red, so they're actually not doing as well as I thought they were doing. E6 in the lead.
I mean, take a look at the slang that both teams bring to the table here. I mean, even though Diabolic's 8 and 15, his team's still winning. BZ, he's negative as well, so even though E6, they're lagging a little bit behind with the slang, they still have the lead, and it's still a very close game. One thing you like to see from the side of LG is Octane. He's starting to find a rhythm here on Gibraltar. Of course, this is a map kind of made for this guy, right? He could just post up anywhere on the map and just mow down the players as they come to him. He was on a 2-speed before he just got shut down there. He's got the most kills in the lobby as well.
Well, there we go. Yep. Nice to see LG finding themselves a little bit. Now, nameless, LG, they won CWL Birmingham. It wasn't exactly easy. They lost the series in the grand final against Spice, and it was exceptionally crazy to watch. But, I mean, for you, what's going on with Luminosity this event? Why aren't they quite firing on all cylinders?
It seems like the slang power just isn't all there. I've seen JCap have a few bad games here and there, and their chemistry just seems to be off, you know. Ever since they lost that first match to Complexity, I don't know if it's an internal thing going on with them, but it's just something that seems to be off with them. This isn't the composed and consistent Luminosity that we're used to seeing. And they're sort of lagging behind early in these games. As you can see, they're down about 25 points here. So this is something you wouldn't typically see. Yeah,
we got E6 now currently with the lead. They got the courtyard, and now they're going to run this one home. 15 seconds left. Momo, E6, they've been a little bit up and down, a little bit hit and miss in the pool so far, but is this a chance for them, you know, if they can make this ding here in the armor of Luminosity, they get themselves up into the pool, up into the group a little bit higher, things looking great for them. Is that something they want to be taking in the winners bracket?
Oh, for sure. I mean, Luminosity, they're a team that usually you go up against, and you probably kind of, you know, scared of them a little bit, but now you see, you know, in the pool, hang on a second, Luminosity, they've lost to this team, that team, it was close against that team, and you start to think, you know, these guys are beatable. Yes, you've got players like Octane, which, you know, is the top of a lot of stat lines, but at the end of the day, it's 4 players on the other side of the main stage, and Enigma 6, they're going into this with, you know, no pressure. They're the underdogs coming into this, and they're riding that high. They're back in the pool play. They find themselves against a weak Luminosity, if you would like, and taking advantage right now.
Well, there we go. This is all happening on Bravo. You can jump over and take a look at that one as well, if you so please. If you are going to jump onto another channel, make sure to tweet the stream and use that hashtag CWLPS4, because it's all going down here. This is the final round of pool play, and so far, so good, especially if you're a FaZe fan. Again, we're going to touch on this again, because I haven't had too many of these fun stats to look at so far, and this is so far my favorite one. FaZe can only drop 1 map in this series in order to fall into that winner's bracket when they leave the pools. If they do manage to win this one 3-0, they're all good, they're all home and dry, but a 3-1 is pretty much as close as they can get as all of the numbers go. And Lightning Pandas have secured themselves a spot in the winners bracket regardless, because they had an exceptional performance to begin with. So far, so good for them. And we're almost ready to get into this search and destroy. It is going to be on Sainte Marie du Mont, and it's all coming down to this, the final matches of pool play. And this one is exceptionally important. We have Pool Charlie going down as well. We've got Pool Delta also coming to a close. But we'll get those a bit later on. Here, this last one is going to be an absolute rip stomper, slobber knocker. Momo, Revan. The fate of FaZe hangs in the balance in this series. If they want that winner's bracket, can they do it here? Momo and Revan, take it away.
They most definitely can. They need to obviously, not only drop one map, like you said, but I think the Search and Destroy is one of those game modes which, it can go either way. But the untradeable Zuma leads all players in non-traded S&D kills at a .74, and I think that's such a valuable stat to have on your team. Zuma's first blood is getting in, but he's also getting out. How valuable is that to have on a team? Oh,
it's so valuable. We talk about Zuma all the time whenever we mention FaZe Clan. The aggression that this guy brings to the table, you're seeing it right here. He just charges right down the middle of the map, but Exotic, he's just expecting it almost, just ready for Zuma to charge right through. And you love to see FaZe show this early aggression, because now, as the game progresses, Lightning Pandas have to keep that push in the back of their minds. They have to honor it. They have to recognize that the aggression can be brought out here, but as we're talking about it, it's Lightning Pandas. They take the first round here on St. Marie.
Very quick first round as well. We saw Zuma charging, but it was actually Attach who was to drop first. But a round as quick as it ended there, as we'll jump on board now with the Lightning Pandas. And it's still bizarre for me to see Enable on the other side of things, even just on a squad like Lightning Pandas. But I want to touch on Enable and as a player and an experience. What does he bring to those three players? Because
leadership.
Gunjar has seen success in his past, but really Enable, he is a little bit of a star on this squad.
Yeah, it kind of feels like Enable has more experience competing throughout his life than his other three teammates combined. The guy's just been around in console esports for such a long time. The leadership, the veteranship that he brings to this lineup, it's second to none. And that if Lightning Pandas ever find themselves in a tough spot, you look at Enable to bring them back and refocus the team. But, you brought it up a little bit earlier. It's something that we didn't really touch on just yet. Enable going up against some of his former teammates here. Anytime you have this sort of matchup, it just adds that extra little bit of fire to the match.
Oh, it's so much more fun to watch, right? When you see these ex-teammates playing against each other. Royalty, a very nice position here behind the bomb. He's actually got the backup of Exotic as well. And that bomb is down. If you catch your eyes to the minimap, it was actually Priester who was running with that bomb. Gunjar's going to back up here, try and get the advantage using the desk here, top restaurant. But again, 4-3. He's actually going to peek out, and he had Exotic to trade. I like that, how he had that backup. And now, a 4v2. Lightning Pandas should find their second round on the board. Only Zuma left alive, and guess what? He's on the flank.
That round just really comes down to the crossfires and the teamwork set up by Lightning Pandas, ready to trade out each and every kill. You saw what happened over near top red, and then, as they pick up the kill, Gunjar then looks out through the front window, but Zuma, he's able to snap onto two. Time winding down, though, 10 seconds remaining. He has to pick up the bomb and go for the plant afterwards, and let's see where he decides to plant it. Going to go towards the backside of the bomb, and hot on the trail, Lightning Pandas going to win their second round in a row.
Yeah, time against him there. Great to pick up the 2 kills, but apart from that, it was a very tough ask to see get that bomb down and obviously get away with it. Exotic is going to clean up that round, but Lightning Pandas, losing that hard point in the way that they did there, it doesn't look like they've affected their Search and Destroy. And we talked about Enable, and, to be quite frank, he wasn't the best S&D player. However, from what we're seeing already, Lightning Pandas, they're coming out hot here on Search and Destroy. Maybe, the playstyles are just working well together.
Yeah, sometimes you just put a player in a new system and they just gel immediately, able to play off your teammates. And not only that, just trust them with whatever the play call is going to be coming into play. And I know we've hammered this point home a little bit, but just to reiterate, if Lightning Pandas win just 2 maps in this series, regardless if they win or if they lose, all they need is 2 maps. FaZe won't be advancing through the winner's bracket.
Wow, I mean, it's difficult to kind of comprehend just the pool plays at the moment. It is so bizarre. We're seeing so many teams fighting through and making moves. Lightning Pandas obviously being one of them. And Gunjar again taking down Priester. This time we do see First Blood go to FaZe, but pretty much a 3v3 straight away, and Enable jumps on out, takes down Zuma. I'm surprised that bomb hasn't been rushed in a little quicker here, but Gunjar's just getting the overlook here for his teammate. Royalty's going to join in and combine for the double. And again, Lightning Pandas strike first, and their Search and Destroy is looking great.
I mean, look, I know that we've only seen 3 rounds played, but throughout those 3 rounds, the teamwork that Lightning Pandas has shown so far has been way better than what FaZe have brought. It seems like Lightning Pandas are just playing off one another. They're waiting for each other to set up a crossfire or get in a position to trade the kills out, whereas FaZe, their members are just being isolated. The trades aren't coming into play. They're a bit kind of further away from one another, so they can't trade out kills or respond to First Bloods coming in on the side of Lightning Pandas. And LP, you just need to keep cruising throughout this game. It's a step forward to winning the series or even just winning that second map that they want so that they could force FaZe into the loser's bracket.
Okay. Okay, well, Lightning Pandas, they have control of the restaurant. FaZe have not gone for a quick one on to B, but again, first blood is answered to Lightning Pandas. However, Priester on the other side of the map picks up one, so still level playing field until Zuma enters the restaurant. Looking to cook something up here, but Gunchar in and amongst this. It's interesting, if you cast your eyes to the mini-map here, the bomb seems to be going towards A, and Nable's going to have a lot on his plate. He finds one, but he doesn't get the second bullet in it. Zuma puts him in the ground, and now Gunchar in a 1v3. This should be a FaZe round.
Yeah, finally we see situations where FaZe have the man advantage. They get the bomb planted. Now they just need to rely on their post-plant positioning. They know exactly where Gunchar is located, and there's not really much he could do. So I think Goon, I'm not really sure what you do in this situation. You got 30 seconds remaining. You can't go for the bomb plant. You got 3 members to take care of. He winds up getting taken out as FaZe. They put up their first round win of this map.
Well, much needed that you don't want to be going 4 down. We've seen some miraculous near comebacks. I believe yesterday we saw a 5-0 to 5-5. And of course that ended, unfortunately, not the full sale result that we love to see, but FaZe getting the first round on the board in Search and Destroy. It's a step in the right direction for the boys here. And talk about a composed team, obviously casting our minds back just to Stage 1 playoffs. These guys took 2 series off Optic Gaming. This is a position they've been in before.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that this FaZe team are capable of just about anything. No matter what the situation is, no matter how far their backs are up against the wall, they're always capable of coming back, and you attribute that to the team chemistry that they have. Every time you look over at these guys, they're laughing, they're having fun. They genuinely enjoy playing with one another, and it clearly shows when they're firing on all cylinders. But right now, it's a 3v3 situation. Round number 5, Zuma trying to make a play happen for his team. May have spotted Enable as a glimpse, and I love this play from Lightning Pandas. They know they only have 3 players alive, and they're just going to all set up inside the bomb site, get these crossfires locked down. The bomb will get planted, and that's all going to come down to straight-up gun engagements.
Okay, well, Priest is blocking off one entrance. However, it looks like Zuma and Attach will be coming in from the rear. Priest is just trying to tag someone up. Zuma takes Enable off that bomb. That's a beautiful shot. Now a 3v2. This is where FaZe need to capitalize, use the numbers to their advantage. Attach jumps in, Zuma adds to the mix, and that is going to be a clean sweep. And honestly, that is literally the perfect retake.
I was about to say, that's exactly how it's done. And, we didn't see that type of play for FaZe in the first 3 rounds. Remember how I was talking about they just weren't playing after one another. They weren't waiting for their teammates to set up to get that crossfire going and safely push into the bomb site, get the trades going. Right there, they retook the bomb site absolutely perfectly. They played both angles. They jumped in for the trades. They had a player bait. As they were taking Exotic off the radio tower, they drew his attention away so that they could safely push in, challenge. Once again, just beautifully done for FaZe. They now bring it to within 1 round.
And that shot to take someone off that bomb site, very, very difficult. So props to, I believe, Attach it might have been to pick it up, but either way, we're back into round number 6, and that 3-0 has quickly become 3-2. Can FaZe level things up here in round number 6? Replay is looking to take that window. Not going to see anyone, but jumping on board with Zuma. He's got the bomb in sight. He's going to jump on in. He's going to jump straight past one. He's found a second, but he's not going to be able to clean up any kills.
But he had the bomb in his hand, Momo.
Yeah. And again, when you've got that bomb, it's like a second responsibility, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, there's nothing wrong with Zuma making that play happen if he doesn't have that bomb in his hand. And you saw that it's class setup. He had a mountain going as well, so he wanted to be sneaky down to the middle of the map. He didn't want to be hurt as he was trying to barrel down through top red, but the issue is he had the objective in his hands. Now his teammates are essentially screwed out of this round. Lightning Pandas know exactly that the bomb is down over near top red. They're just going to set up on the high ground. There's not a lot that FaZe can do here, and they only have 30 seconds left to work with.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Zuma may have just put his team in a sticky situation for this one. It's Gunchar looking to fire on down, but as Royalty goes down, you see Gunchar back off. Hang on a second, this round is not over just yet. Attached looking for the very ambitious shots there. Snapshot for Enable. He's going to take down Priester, and Lightning Pandas looking to get round number 4 on the board. And again, maybe that's a round you look back on and go, maybe that we should have played that differently.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, as soon as Zuma dies over near top red, the round is just completely flipped upside down because the objective is dropped. And I know I made a big point about it a little bit earlier, but that really changes the whole pace and the direction of the round. FaZe, now all the strategies out the window because they have to play to get the objective back. And Lightning Pandas, all they had to do is stay set up over near top red, stay alive, and hit their shots, pick up the kills. And that's going to be a round where, FaZe, they win 2 rounds in a row. Lightning Pandas, they now stop the bleeding. They go back up by 2 rounds, looking to build some separation for the remainder of the Search and Destroy map.
Okay, well, Zuma might have played aggressive round 1 and 2, but it looks like he's playing a little bit more conservative. Now he's 2 rounds behind. Smoke down at A. A little bit of a decoy main, maybe, but Priester has full control over B. The pre-fire coming in, and now the communication is going to be flowing. They're at the gate, he says. As he backs down, he's going to call for backup, and he's going to get what he needs here, but Lightning Pandas are actually going to back off. They're not committed to any bomb site just yet. Nice shots from replays. The helmet stripped away from Goonjar and Enable. Ooh. He's gonna get a taste of the medicine of it. Replays as well. Exotic does close him down, but now we see ourselves at a 3v2. That bomb as well, all at the way in the back of Lightning Panda's base. They're gonna have to backtrack. It's Royalty who takes that one.
Yeah, Zuma knows that Exotic is around this location, and Exotic has Mount on his class, so he's playing a similar role to what Zuma was trying to do in FaZe's previous offensive round. Exotic does get shut down by Priest, and now it's all down to Royalty. With 20 seconds remaining, a 1v3. He does have bomb in hand. Not a lot of time to work with. The odds are stacked against him, but he might be able to get this bomb down in this situation. I wouldn't even advise to go for the bomb plant. One, it's a nearly unwinnable situation. The odds stacked against you, and you don't want to feed any extra score to the other team.
Yeah, and even with that kill, he's not going to be able to get it. Tries to find the FaZe member in the window, but another round will go to FaZe Clan here. We're getting a very close search and destroy on our hands after a 3-0 hot start for Lightning Pandas. And FaZe Clan again, you know, they're no stranger from fighting from behind. That man on your screen, Priest, tried to lights out Hardpoint. He's looking to step things up in the search and destroy. But Lightning Pandas, they're on the roll. If you haven't followed their journey so far, they've fought all the way through into the pool play. And they're trying to go for a 4-0.
All right, so right now, the matchup for both teams, Goonjar versus Zuma. 9-4 for Goon, 7-4 for Zuma. Who could have the bigger impact in this game, and who could carry their team to victory? Right now, FaZe, they're within one round. Looking to tie things up here as we enter round number 8. As Enable takes some early shots, he's going to get wallbanged. Replays picks up first blood, but that's immediately responded. Make it 2 for Replays in the top window. Don't want to climb out of that one. Fortunately, he stays alive. Exotic peppering some shots into him. Will finish the kill onto Zuma. Replays does fall as it's a chaotic round coming to an end as it's attached left in a 1v2. 50 seconds remaining. He's spotted. He has the bomb in his hand, and he's going to progress forward. He wants to challenge Royalty here. Nate to follow it up. Will connect. Doesn't do so. Might spot Exotic. Yes, he knows where both players are now located.
Oh, and the pre-fire here onto Royalty, but he was weak from both players. And around again to Lightning Pandas. They're looking to bite back and tie the series up. However, it's not over yet. Royalty, that PPSH.
He connected with that hip fire shot.
Okay, we'll give him that one. He connected with his next 3, so we'll let him off. But beautiful shots there, and long-range SMG, always a talent to admire. Now we're going to go into potentially the last round here. Lightning Pandas trying to get that first of 2 maps they need. FaZe Clan, to reiterate, can only drop 1 map in the series, and they're 1 round away from that.
All right, so no more mistakes available for FaZe Clan to make in this map. And now Lightning Pandas, they're going to bring out that tried and true B-bomb site hit. You see the grenades being thrown over, but Priesta finds first blood. He's able to take down Royalty, finds the second as well as he shuts down Goonjar. That's the key player to take out on the side of Lightning Pandas, 11-6. More kills coming in favor of FaZe. This is a straightforward defensive round win for them. It's all down to Enable. A 1v3 situation, has a lot of time to work with, but he's been spotted, he's been tagged up, and now FaZe, they should be able to swarm on in. They clean him up, and now they're within 1 round from forcing that round 11.
Okay, well, a nice clean round there for FaZe as we see Priester dominate the sandbags into the B-bomb site here, but we're going to flip it on his head. This is the important round to push it to a round 11 to even the odds. Can FaZe do it? They will, I believe, be on the attack now. I don't think we've got any streaks on the battlefield as it currently stands. Are we going to see that fast-paced Zuma? Are we going to see a slow, methodical replay? So we'll have to wait and see as we get into the next round. It's going to be round number 10, 90 seconds on that clock. 11 kills for Goonjar, my goodness.
Yeah, he's having a big impact for Lightning Pandas. And, you know, FaZe coming into this round, I don't think we've seen many A pushes from either team. I would have loved to see just an all-out push over towards A. You look at the setup for Lightning Pandas, it's been Enable watching some early aggression, you know, from top white over towards mid-street, but they don't send anybody early round over towards that A bomb site. Perhaps an opening miss there from FaZe Clan, but trying to isolate this player over near the B bomb site. Royalty, he's going to get aggressive. He's going to push on through. FaZe not watching it right this second, but that's a great play from Royalty. Heads up as well. He recognizes the situation, knows that he can't win that engagement. The crossfire was set up for FaZe in the end. Wisely backs up, plays his life, and now FaZe, time working against them, man. 40 seconds left on the timer.
Yeah, I thought Royalty was going to get a little crazy and start running out. However, Enable finds the first, and he's going to back down now as the bomb is rotated around to the A-bomb site. Oh my goodness.
His
Your
boots
toes
are
are
too big.
poking out, and Goonjar, he's going to pick off Priester. Attach falls down and replays the last alive here. Lightning Pandas, can they find it? Yes, they can, and they're going to tie the series with a search and destroy victory. Replays, we've seen some clutches in the very recent times, but he's not going to be able to pick off that one. All tied up here in the series, 1-1.
If only his boots were just one size smaller. He wouldn't have been picked off from top red. That kill stops the bomb plant from coming in. More kills coming in favor of Lightning Pandas after that, but Goonjar, he had a big performance, having a huge impact for Lightning Pandas. They take that map 6-4, and that's 1 or 2 maps that FaZe can afford to lose.
Okay,
well, map they can.
It's all tied up, Revan. We've got FaZe Clan on one side, Lightning Pandas on the other. Lightning Pandas going for the 4-0 pool play sweep. FaZe Clan, they're looking to get into the winner's bracket. Don't go anywhere. We've got CTF coming up after this.
The pool play matches here at CWL Seattle may be winding down to a close, but that doesn't mean that they're not hotting up here. FaZe versus Lightning Pandas is moving into map number 3. We're about to see a CTF, and so far the series tied up 1-1. FaZe took the hard point. Lightning Pandas smashed their way through that search and destroy. Remember, FaZe, they can take one loss here in the series in order to make it into the winners. Another loss will see them drop to the lower bracket where they face one of the most almighty shark pits already. Luminosity Gaming already guaranteed to be in the lower bracket, as are Optic Gaming. More on that to come a little bit later on. My good God. All right, Nameless, let's get through this real quick. We talked a little bit about the vetoes before the matchup, but you had a couple of points on FaZe and making good decisions in that regard.
Yeah, you know, FaZe, they're a really good London Docks team in all game modes. And going into this London Docks CTF, I think they slightly have the edge. Lightning Pandas performed really well in it earlier, but, you know, FaZe is just a different animal when it comes to that. You know, their submachine guns they're tier 1. So I'm expecting them to come out hot, and then Replays is playing well as well, and when he plays good, they win championships. So
that's it. That's one of the deciding factors. He's a real X factor. Replays right there. I mean, John, would you say anything different to that? I mean, his Replays he's the cornerstone of the success in that team in a lot of ways.
Yeah, obviously Replays has a pivotal role to play for this FaZe lineup, and you know you could talk about each and every player on FaZe. You know, Priesta obviously had a big impact in that first hardpoint as well, and you know we always talk back to going into that first Dallas event, right? A lot of people doubting FaZe, and they're proving all the doubters wrong.
There you go. Momo, if you were strapped on a desert island with anyone from FaZe, who would it be and why?
I'd go with Replays. He's basically the dad. If you can look after them, it'd look to me.
He'd also be power up you with tacos. Thanks to Jack in the Box. Don't forget to go over to the booth to see the nice blonde lady, and she'll give you a coupon for some extra curly fries. Here we go. Here we go, boys. Into this map number 3. It's FaZe versus Lightning Pandas. Take it away.
Okay, kicking it off. Map number 3, CTF, and we've seen what FaZe Clan can do on this map and mode. You heard Nameless just saying that they're, you know, a great London Docks team in all game mode. We'll see what they can do and what they can bring to the table, but kicking it off is none other than the Italian stallion. It's Zuma, going hot and headed into the barrel building. He's found himself 1 kill. Now unable on the defense, but Priesta taking him down. This could be an early cap for FaZe if they capitalize on this one.
Yeah, and as Priesta picks up the kill, he gets tagged up. Zuma takes his spot over. Unfortunately, he does wind up falling, so Lightning Pandas should be able to stop this aggression being put on by FaZe Clan early on in the game. But whenever we talk about London Docks, CTF specifically on this map, really anything could happen, Momo. The distance from flag to flag is very short on this map, and you can get flag cap after flag cap. That relay train can be set up fairly easily. As 3 fall for FaZe Clan. Lightning Pandas now with the flag pull. It's in the hands of Royalty. They're getting the kills to back it up. The support is there. This is going to be a flag cap. First one on the board for Lightning Pandas.
Yeah, this is a question, really. It's not, is it going to be 1? It's, is it going to be 2? Because the relay obviously set up here. We've got Goonshaw laying down the law here. On the base, it's going to be number 2 as well. The pre-fire coming in with Enable coming from behind. That's 3 down for FaZe. Replay's the only one alive, and you know what? That's going to be number 2 in the books if Zuma can't do anything.
Wait, Zuma spawns out. He's pushing on through. He has a chance to make the play happen. They're not rotating back with the flag carrier. They're not rotating back with Enable. Zuma, he's going to miss some shots, and he does wind up closing out the kill on Enable. He gets the return, and now he puts his attention towards the base of Lightning Panda. Attach also takes down Royalty, who is trying to get that counter pull going, but there should be FaZe with the counter cap here to tie up the game.
So the crazy thing is, this should really be 2-0, but in fact Zuma not only stops that being 2-0, he's grabbed the flag, he's wrapped round, and he's tied this up. It's 1-1. What a crazy CTF we're seeing already. We're only 2 minutes in, and Zuma making a big impact already.
Yeah, that could completely change how this game is played. More momentum not being put behind FaZe Clan. I know we've hammered this home a lot, but FaZe, they've made the only mistake they can make throughout the series if they want to advance through that winners bracket. More players starting to drop on the side of Lightning Pandas, and you have Zuma now streaked out after that flag cap. He goes on a 3 kill spree. He's starting to earn some more score streaks, and that could really help aid the relay train that FaZe are trying to set up. And Replays, he's starting to earn some progression of his own towards those streaks. He's got the flag in his hand. He's on a 3 kill spree. FaZe now trying to rotate back. They got to pick up the kills mid-map, though. Nobody watching behind Replays. That's a free return for Lightning Pandas.
Looks like a little bit of a confusion. I was watching the mini-map there, and we had obviously Replays running back with the flag lower docks. We had a touch over by Cole, and then Zuma was still going for streaks at the opposing flag. It all started to crumble, and now we're going to see Lightning Pandas try and capitalize with a flag, but this time the glide bomb's going to stop Enable, but it's actually Royalty who has the flag in hand, and we're going to see Attach not only find 1, but can he find the return? There's the 2nd kill, and my goodness, Revan, this is insane. We're seeing counter caps, we're seeing streaks already. This is one for the books already. FaZe Clan looking to put in number 2. Of course, you said before, they can only make 1 mistake. I feel like this could be like 3-0 Lightning Pandas or like 4-1 FaZe. This is absurd.
Yeah, the scoreline could be completely differently had either team just not made some small mistakes on the map, but those are big defensive kills coming in from Enable. And real quick, I just want to recap what just happened. Actually, as Royalty has the flag in his hand, there's going to be some important engagements coming down on the map. Replay is trying to play spoiler here for FaZe Clan. He does wind up getting spotted by Enable. He gets taken out, so Lightning Pandas will respond with another flag cap to tie things up here. But now it's going to be Prisa trying to get a counter cap going for FaZe. He's going to have support from one teammate. Azuma is trying to make his way through barrels, does want to get shut down by Enable. Prisa trying to take cover behind the car, buying time for his teammates to push on up. He's done such a great job of just staying alive, buying so much time. Does pick up the kill onto Exotic, and that's going to be 3 down for Lightning Pandas. The last one alive is going to be Royalty. They know he's located over near the front side of Beer, attaching out, coming around the back. Even though he doesn't pick up that kill, Royalty's heavily tagged up. He can't go for this challenge. Zuma does wind up getting in the trade, and another counter cap coming in play here. FaZe retake the lead.
I feel bad for you, Evan. There's just too much to explain that's going on the map right now. There's counter caps.
I'd love to break it down, but
it's too much. It's just too much. But what we can say is this is insanity. We're seeing back and forth action, but we'd love to see it. FaZe Clan now in the lead 3-2. But again, Zuma behind enemy lines. This time he's not opted to go and get the flag. He's opted to track back, pick up the kills, and I think that's obviously because they're in the lead now. They're starting to control the tempo, but the flag is out. It's in the hands of Exotic. He's weak. There goes the grenade. Can he connect? Yes, he can, but he's waiting for the teammates. That's got to be Priester. Finds the first. He snaps onto the second, but again, a 1v1. Will Replays just go for the return? Surely he will. Yes, he will, and that's going to stay 3-2 for now.
You know, just small plays like that, and that's an absolutely beautiful play that Zuma makes right there. Just recognizing the situation, knows that he has to rotate back, pressure's being put onto his flag, trying to help out his team, make the defensive plays happen, stays alive just long enough after killing the flag carrier on that statue stairs side of the map, and just bought just enough time for his teammates to come off respawn and for Replays to secure that flag return. So going into halftime here, it's going to be FaZe with just a 1 flag lead.
I'm smiling. I just need to take a breath after that half. I really do. That was insane, to say the least. We get, what, 5 flag caps? Maybe, 7, 8 flag pulls, defends, returns, everything in between. Sneaky plays from Zuma, counter caps from FaZe as well. But overall, only 1 flag separates the 2 squads, and FaZe Clan, they take the victory here, and they'll be looking to close it out on Hardpoint. Lightning Pandas, though, they've fought their way through. They are starting to dominate here in the pool play.
And this is exactly why it's fun to watch London Dock CTF be played, but I'm sure it's not too fun as a player, as it's just so chaotic, hard to keep track of everything that's going down on the map. But as we enter a fresh half here, means that both teams have an equal footing when fighting for mid-map control. Royalty playing some merry-go-round. He does wind up getting shut down by Priesta. Priesta, who winds up picking up 2, was on a 3 spree before Enable winds up shutting him down. And Enable, time and time again for his Lightning Panda squad, he's made these clutch defensive plays happen, but he's the only one slaying right now for his team. As he does wind up falling, he's +5. Everybody else lagging behind him.
Okay, well, with 4.5 minutes left on the clock, FaZe still in the lead here, and we're getting Royalty. Whew. Snapshot onto Priester there. You have to be careful with that sensitivity. But of course, the barrel building is locked down by FaZe Clan. Now on the defense, it's Exotic. He has the teammates to back him up, but FaZe Clan looking for the first wave of kills that they need. Trying to double the lead that they have. Zuma finding 1, but Exotic staying strong here and fire. Beautiful shots with the PPSH. He's going to rip the helmet straight off of Replays. But Priester now putting the aggression on. It looks like here Lightning Pandas are going to survive the attack, and now they're going to start to push forward, get that map control.
Okay, so even though nothing comes off the back of that mid-map setup from FaZe Clan, you still like to see the idea there. They spread out the map, they cover all the avenues, and they waited for their teammates to come off respawn before they tried to make a coordinated push on towards the Lightning Pandas base. But now the tables have turned. It's going to be Lightning Pandas. They have forward positioning to work with. Royalty finds the opening kill there onto Priest, and now the action going down over near the FaZe flag. It's going to be Replays here, trying to play some defense as Zuma was able to pick up 2, and 1 player left to clean up. That's going to be Exotic. They find him, and now FaZe turned their attention over towards the middle of the map, trying to establish some control so that they can find this first wave of kills and then progress up for an offensive push.
Okay, well, the time is ticking, but this time it's a little bit more controlled. It's kind of controlled, chaotic gameplay, as we do see FaZe Clan controlling the spawns, but Royalty sneaking underground. Now, the perfect play for Royalty here is if his teammates do, of course, just pick up these kills. This is where surely he'll pull the flag. However, that's not the great start that he wants. Priester falls, and that only means a 4v2 in the base. Priester's going to jump on this flag, and he's going to get out of there. He's running to his teammate. He's going to be attached, waiting, and now they know exactly where Royalty is.
Yeah, Royalty only had one play to make. They knew that he was the last one alive, but he finds two. Can he make it 3 up near? Go! Oh my God! Destroys replays, earns himself the glide bomb, and now with the flag cap, he's going to get fully streaked out here. This is going to be a game-changing play here on London Dock CTF as Lightning Pandas tie the game up, and he wastes no time calling in the streaks as FaZe are coming up off respawn.
I love that. There's no hesitation. As soon as he puts number 3 in, he's starting to put on the pressure with his score streaks. It's almost that 4th man in the base, but that 3-piece, we've got to see that again after the game. Talking of 3 replays, has just put 3 on the board, and now Enable is in the exact same spot Royalty was a few seconds ago. Are FaZe going to go for the pull? Is Enable going to get the counter? So many unanswered questions. However, time is ticking. And time will tell. 2 players from FaZe tracking back. We've got the artillery barrage on defense here. So that has gone to, of course, Lightning Pandas, just to stop any attack from FaZe.
And that allows Lightning Pandas to just push their overextension, right? They don't have to worry about rotating back to their flag when they have the artillery barrage covering it, but FaZe, they wind up picking up some key kills here. The flag has been pulled by both sides. The Lightning Pandas flag in the hand of replays, and FaZe, it's going to be Zuma picking up the kill on the Royalty. Will wind up getting that return, now pushing down through the middle of the map. Another counter cap coming into play here, Momo. This has been an absolutely back and forth game. Replays with the flag cap, now he's got some score streaks of his own.
Yeah, a 5-kill streak, he's doing the same, no hesitation. Let it rain, we've got a fighter pilot coming in, we've got a glide bomb either side. This is so chaotic. There's only just over 60 seconds left. Another flag pull here, and this time it's in the hands of FaZe. They put this in, and it could be bad news, but on the flip side of things, we've got more streaks, we've got more flag pulls. I can't even keep track what's going on right now, but Replays is going to shut down 2. Royalty's going to answer back, but FaZe Clan, they're looking to put number 5 in. It's going to be Priester, and with 60 seconds left on the clock, I'd love to call it, but I can't. This is crazy.
Yeah, even with only 55 seconds remaining, that's enough time for Lightning Pandas to get these 2 flag caps to force their overtime, but look at how they're playing this, all going on the overextension, and FaZe are going to artillery barrage Enable out. In fact, Attach, he wants to pick up that kill. He's going to pull this flag, and now this puts a timer on the remaining Lightning Pandas players. It's all down to Exotic. He has to make a heroic play happen, and Attach does not even want to fight this engagement. He has no reason to. All they need to do is waste time off the clock, and FaZe will walk away with the CTF flag victory, and as they go up by 3, we're going to call right there. Less than 30 seconds remaining. There's no way Lightning Pandas can do this.
Now we can take a breath. Now we can just relax a little bit. FaZe Clan, they clutch up when needed. You've got to say, this is a CTF that you want to watch back and see exactly how FaZe came out on top. But the streaks, the counter caps, the returns, the pulls, the clutches, Royalty's 3-piece, that was just incredible to say the least. He's actually still slaying his heart out. He's 23-17, but it's not enough. FaZe Clan, they're going to end the CTF, and they're going to go to a Game 4. It's a must-win map. They're 2-1 in the series. Can they close it out on the Hardpoint?
The first map was A New Hope. The second map was the Lightning Pandas Strike Back. Up third, of course, it was the return of the FaZe Clan. What happens next?
I can kiss you right now. I love those references.
What's going to happen next? Oh my word. Well, FaZe have given themselves another sign of life here in that winner's bracket dream, and the next matchup, that next hard point, is certainly going to seal the deal. What a series this has been. I mean, until the final, minute of that map, it could have gone either way, and it was just a couple of magical moments. And Nameless, I have nothing to say more. What about yourself?
I think that map was on the more preferred side is the bar side of the map, and FaZe was actually on the fire side of the map in the first half, and they ended up going with a lead, a 1-cap lead going to the next side. So they ended up having a flag cap lead. It gets evened up a little bit in the middle of that, and then they get control, they get those spawn kills, they get the flags out, and they relay, and they ended up winning 6-3. So it was just a matter of time before you could control fire and you start rallying those flags out. So solid performance out of FaZe.
Yeah, there you go. FaZe keeping themselves in this one in a big, big way. The next one, the Hardpoint, though. Hardpoint, the first one, the scoreline has eluded me, but I think the first one was a pretty tight score, and the guys on FaZe went absolutely off. So Phil, if you're going into this one as FaZe now, are you happy? Are you thinking about this? Is that this is a chance now to just seal this series out, or is that Game 5 in the back of their mind? I
think you've got to go into this with the mentality you've got to close it out in 4. But I think, of course, what Nameless said, they're a great London Docks team. What's that? The Hardpoint and the CTF. We ain't going to London Docks. I don't know what we're going to. That has eluded me, Miles. But we're going to be going to a Hardpoint where Lightning Pandas, with the success that they've had, we're going to be heading to the Forest. Now, again, I've not seen all of Lightning Pandas' games, but they've clearly been winning a lot, so I'm sure Forest has been played. I'm trying to think back to FaZe. I know it's not a London Docks for them, but we'll have to see how this one pans out.
FaZe is actually really good at Arden Forest Hardpoint. I watched them win 250 to about 80 points yesterday. I forgot who it was against, but it was versus Echo Fox. 250 to 80, and Echo Fox has been killing it this weekend. So I believe Lightning Pandas are also pretty strong at that map, so this should be a really good game. I actually don't know who's going to win this one.
This is actually going to be an incredibly close finish and a tight one indeed. John, any thoughts on the Hardpoint going to this one against FaZe?
I mean, look, we've hammered the point home already. FaZe, they have to win this map if they want to advance through the winner's bracket. Lightning Pandas, if they want to play a little bit of spoiler, they can come out strong here on the Ardennes Forest Hardpoint. I mean, Nameless brought it up as well. This is a strong map for FaZe, but Lightning Pandas are certainly competent on a map like Ardennes Forest. I don't expect to see FaZe just completely roll over Lightning Pandas here.
No need to do that indeed. We are actually going to be jumping over to a Charlie matchup. We've got Red Reserve going up against EZG Blue, and let's face it, EZG Blue have been playing fantastically through the competition so far, but Red Reserve have found a new lease of life here. Not the best competition for them. They haven't been looking too hot, let's be honest. But Momo, how happy are you to see Red with 2 maps on the board there?
It's always nice to see as a European. I mean, EZG Blue tested Splice, I'll be completely honest, and it was a bit odd because this EZG Blue squad, it seems like a playstyle thing. I think Mindfreak were saying this is one of the easiest games we've played in a very long time. And I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. Then I see Splice struggle. Then I see this kind of result. It's so back and forth, and I think they are a team which, will they'll find the success obviously from playing these top teams, but I think EZG Blue have a long way to go still, and I think Red Reserve at the moment they're a little bit 2-3 steps ahead, and you can see that in the scoreline. Yeah,
and European fans would be a lot more happy just to see that 3rd map secured for Red Reserve, right? Even with 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining on the clock on London.ctf, there's still enough time for EZG Blue to come back into this game, and keep in mind EZG, they took out TK a little bit earlier, and now they're just struggling against Red Reserve.
There we go, TK, another notch on the belt for them. But Red, 2 minutes and 22 seconds away from putting that final flag and that final map on the board here in this series. And so far, things are okay.
Yeah, Llama God's actually playing pretty well right now. He's 21 and 15. He's going to be the one that's going to need to step up if EZG Blue want to beat some of these top teams. He's got to be that sub-slayer, just getting in their face and playing well,
Subbies have been instrumental so far in COD World War II success. Again, we've seen their rise and fall of various kind of ARs in the meta, but the PPSH has rung strong from start to finish, and we'll see if he can continue doing that, just as Llama God almost does there, but he's going up against the likes of Rated and Joe. Zero is getting big kills there. Evasion not able to make another play into the base there, and it looks like Parzillion is the only player left. Or Parzillion. I think we're going with Parzillion. Is that right? Momo, I think you nailed that one.
I just liked saying it. I'm not going to lie. When he got a 2-piece, I was like, Parzillion. I was like, okay, cool name. I like it.
Parzillion.
As well, like Norks, Evasion, these are 3 players to me, which I was saying before, I don't know too much about, if anything. Llama God has been around for a long time and has always impressed me in the slaying side of things, but it's great to see new talent coming through.
Yeah, it's incredibly exciting. Norks has actually been the player for me that's been the most exciting to watch. He's been very, very confident to watch play. He's been exciting. He's not afraid to pull out a snipe in situations where it's extremely unorthodox to make that kind of play rhythm.
I would love to see Nox and Mox team together. Just because their names right. I think that'd be absolutely amazing. But yeah, we talked about this EZG Blue lineup a little bit earlier. You might recognize these guys. If you watch CWL Birmingham, a couple of these guys made it into pools under Vest there. Didn't have the best performance, and they didn't find the most success here. But you love to see teams just go back home, back to the drawing board, and improve upon the mistakes they made.
Well, mistakes were made in the final match versus FaZe and Lightning Pandas, and one of those teams paid dearly for that one. It was going to be the Pandas, but now they have a shot at redemption here on Ardennes Forest. This hardpoint could spell victory for FaZe or a Game 5 for the Pandas. Here we go, boys. It's the 4th chapter in what is now going to be one to remember here in the pool play of CWL Seattle. It's going to be an Ardennes Forest hardpoint FaZe versus Lightning Pandas. Momo and Revan, just get into this.
I'm excited for this one. For me, I want to see FaZe Clan in the winner bracket, see if they can actually win a game in that winner bracket. I was trolling Attach a little bit before, saying it doesn't matter whether you win because winner bracket is not your best strong suit, but we'll see. Lightning Pandas right now, they're 2-1 down, and FaZe Clan, they're coming off a hot victory at playoffs. They're feeling themselves. We've seen, obviously, the likes of Optic, LG, and everyone in between have their problems. Can FaZe remain strong here? But kicking things up, we're going to be heading to the cave, and Royalty is going to find himself a kill before being stripped away. Well, the first couple of points, Revan, they're going to go to the Lightning Pandas.
Yeah, and look, FaZe's destiny is now in their own hands. They win this map, they close out the series, they advance to the winner's bracket. So they have the opportunity. Now they just got to capitalize on it. And look, in this early game hardpoint, typically it can be a bit of a contested fest, especially when you have a team spawning on the side that FaZe are on, just locking down the wood side of the map. But that's not going to happen. It's a clean wipe for Lightning Pandas. They take out everybody from FaZe. So now they get to build a little bit of a lead. Plus they get to get some early positioning as we start to move over towards ruins for the second hardpoint.
Okay, well, the one thing I will say, obviously, FaZe kind of coming into this. We heard from Nameless, obviously, both teams really are strong at this map. We'll see, obviously, who comes out on top. But we've got Exotic on a 4-kill streak right now, and I like what he's doing. He's backing off. He's waiting for that hard point to come up. He's going to add a few points to the board as we see him collect these as the rotation comes in. And one thing I'd like to see as well, if he can get these streaks, how he uses them, when he uses them, and he's going to back off. His teammates are picking up the all-important kills. He's happy right now as Lightning Panda's taking all the points here. But now, Priester, he's going to be the problem. Only one player around. Finds him, but doesn't get the kill. Priester probably doesn't know it at that given time, but that's huge. Attach, he needs to get his first kill on the board, Revan. Yeah, that winds up being a huge kill for Priester to make. And yeah, you pointed it out. Attach 0-6 to start off this hardpoint, but still, so early on in the game, not a big lead acquired for Lightning Pandas. In fact, FaZe should be able to take the lead on this current hardpoint. But you saw Exotic as he was getting pretty close to getting those score streaks, but he's inside the hardpoint on ruins with the SMG in his hands. That's not typically the position you want to be in. Sure, you get the score multiplier when you get kills while inside the hardpoint, and it definitely would have helped him out if he was able to find 1-2 kills, but he didn't have an AR to fall back on. I would have liked to see him maybe back up towards Bell, maybe play for the capture points on the upcoming bunker hardpoint, play a different position than inside top ruins when you don't have that AR. So Priester stops the streaks. Now he's working on some of his own here towards the glide bomb. He's going to find that one, put that one in his back pocket, and will enable be another player to go down on his watch. But Priester, he seems to have snuck through. He's going to find another. That's going to be the time where he can jump on in, light that bottom right-hand side of the screen up. He's got a fighter pilot, artillery barrage, and glide bomb. And he's not done yet. The 7-kill streak. He's looking to still pepper up Lightning Pandas, but again, flicking over Attach. I like the way that he's pushing out. He's getting aggressive, because even though he goes down, he's spawning back up, and he's right next to that bunker again. FaZe Clan locking them out, locking it down, and now 25 points. And we still see Priester on a streak himself. Yeah, you could attribute this lead that FaZe have right now all to Priester. 11-2 on a 9. Couldn't make it a 10-kill streak, but it's a slow start for the SMGs on FaZe, right? Attach, he's able to find a couple of kills. Now 4-9. Zuma as well, 6-13. For the side of FaZe, you just want to see these guys continue to get a lot of interactions, right? You figure it's only a matter of time before they find their rhythm. The more interactions that these two players have, the more opportunities they have to have an impact on the game. Okay, well, we're going to go to the East Road right in the middle here as Exotic taking control of the cabin. And a lot of the success, obviously, from this East Road will come from the cabin side. So I like what he's doing here. The PPSH in hand takes out Priester, but FaZe Clan trying to battle around the rock here. Zuma will be coming in from the side. Attach as well. Back and forth for the kill feed, but Lightning Pandas, they stay strong, and they're going to slay out Gunjar. I love this spot, what he's in here, especially with the STG. Ooh. All 3. Can he make it 4? He's going to put another magazine in that bad boy, but he's going to fall to Attach. And Zuma and FaZe Clan, they still have the lead, but it's starting to dwindle here. We're seeing a very close match. I mean, look, obviously Gunjar is a key player for this Lightning Pandas matchup. FaZe were able to shut him down in that game 1, a key to success for them on the hardpoint, but Gunjar took over in that search and destroy, right? The second map drops around 11 kills. If he's able to get things rolling here on Arden's Forest hardpoint, then he could really aid Lightning Pandas as they try to force this game 5. Okay, well, as the East Road comes to an end, we're heading back to the cave. And again, I love this rotation from the middle to the cave and the way you set up, because that cabin control is so important. Priester is going to find 2, and that's off screen, but it's so important, those kills. He's on a 4-kill streak once again. He's working towards the streaks, see if they come off. And of course, we haven't seen those streaks yet, but now we will. Glide bomb coming on in. That's going to be the 3rd of 4 for FaZe Clan. And Priester, he's earned himself another glide bomb off that. That's why he called it in, right? He was about to overlap on a 5-kill spree inside the hardpoint, and he's also got a minute 10 now. I feel like this is the exact same thing that he did in the first hardpoint of the game. Got all the time inside the hardpoint, got the majority of the kills for his team, and just acquired streak after streak. Obviously having a big impact here on Arden's Forest, but now it's going to be Zuma inside the hardpoint. 3 go down for Lightning Pandas. Now all the attention on the rotation as we enter over towards the ruin side of the map. Priest is still with all these streaks ready to use. Yeah, this fighter pilot is going to be a big problem for Lightning Pandas. This can come in and here. You wipe out 2 or 3 pretty much every time. I probably spoke too soon, and this is where he gets absolutely 0. But let's jump on board and see what he can do. He's 17-8 right now as he rains down. There's the 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd, but Attach is going to steal away that 4. We're going to see FaZe Clan retake here. and sneak on into the ruins. There's 50 seconds here, and it really does show how important streaks are.
Zuma was so far pushed up there, he thought that they were going to force Lightning Pandas to spawn over near the cave side of the map, but still come over near the back side of the bridge. Still good information for FaZe to have. I mean, look, Priesta's only died 9 times in this game, 22-9, a minute 11 inside the hardpoint. He's having such a big impact for his team, and it's opened up room for Attach to find his rhythm in the game. Zuma's still continuing to struggle, but it doesn't matter at this moment in time. FaZe have a 60-point lead. They still have streaks to work with. Everything is going in their favor, and it's not like anybody from Lightning Pandas is playing bad, right? They're all around the same area. They're just unable to find the kills inside the hardpoint, unable to get their setup going, and they can't find a rhythm into this game right now.
It's really crazy. You look at Attach and Priesta, who are, a combined kill to death ratio, which is incredible. Then you look at Zuma, 11 and 23, struggling a little bit, but all that matters is that you are coming out on top. Priesta, for me, has been the X factor, and he is continuing, even at close range with the STG. Now he puts the streaks away. He uses the artillery barrage, and he's wanting to stop them get into the bunker. Unfortunately for him, they've already broke out, and they're getting every single point to match. Priesta, though, Zuma as well. Exotic with a 3, my goodness, that's what you want to see from Exotic. He's very confident going into the series. He was telling me before the Rise Nation match that he was going to come out on top, and he certainly did. Living up to the word, but Lightning Pandas, they trail by around 65 points now. And FaZe Clan, they're going to retake the bunker. And there's still 25 points here to be made off of this. Oh, shaky shots there as Zuma takes advantage of Goonjar.
Yeah, those are still good points for Lightning Pandas to get, but unfortunately they're unable to make it happen, even though that artillery barrage that FaZe call in doesn't have too big of an impact on this hard point. Lightning Pandas do a good job of just pushing through the back. They know that FaZe is going to be spawning over near the back bell side, but unfortunately just couldn't make the kills happen and lock down a chunk of that time. Speaking of streaks, Glide Bomb not being called in, lands inside cabin, connects, but doesn't find any kill. Still, it's FaZe with around an 80-point lead as we move over towards the east towards hardpoint.
I'm trying to think, what position would FaZe be in right now if Priesta didn't get those streaks? Priesta, for me, has been, the one to change the game, the one to kind of put themselves ahead here. They're 2-1 in the series. They're looking to close it out 3-1. We broke down on the desk how important it was. They finished this 3-1. They will remain in the winner's bracket. They're looking to do it right here. But Lightning Pandas, they have 88 points to their name. They're not over the triple-digit mark yet. But we're going to East Road here for the last 25 seconds before we rotate it right round to the cave once again. Enable finds 2. Exotic starting to push forward. Think about that rotation potentially. But he's one step ahead. It's going to be Attach.
How crazy is it right now, Momo, that Lightning Pandas are actually outslaying FaZe at this moment in time, but FaZe have a 70-point lead?
That's mind-blowing. It is, especially when Enable and Goonjar are on a 5-kill streak. This is where if they capitalize and get streaks from it, they can get right back into the game. But you see Enable go down, and Goonjar as well. He's the one now. If he gets like a glide bomb, a fighter pilot, we know how important they can be going into ruins.
Yeah, these streaks could really kickstart the comeback for Lightning Pandas, but you have to acquire them. Goonjar knows how important these streaks are to earn, and that's going to be a clean 4 down for FaZe. The glide bomb is available for Goonjar, and he's going to waste no time. Calls it in immediately, and he spots where everybody from FaZe is spawning up. It's going to be a free kill here. Actually, Enable steals that, and that's a big impact because Goonjar needs those streaks. You want him to earn the artillery barrage as well as the fire pilot. There's a chance here for him to fall as now FaZe are picking up the kill. Zuma coming around the back with that engagement, and that's a big kill for Goonjar to get. Now has those tier 2 and tier 3 score streaks to use.
And we saw the fighter pilot coming in on ruins last time. Goonjar's just on a tear. He's running around. He's having fun. It's an 8-kill streak. Can he better what Priesta did? He's 24 and 20 right now. But like you said, every single player positive on the side of Lightning Pandas until Exotic does fall there. But
close enough.
The streaks are going to come raining out. You just know it. Here comes the fighter pilot. They're in trouble. Zuma in the middle is going to fall. We're going to see Attach go down as well. Priesta hiding behind the rock there is surviving. And actually, that's the one player you want to survive because he's the one on the hill. But now we're going to see an artillery barrage. This is just madness, to say the least.
Yeah, it's also well placed as well. That allows Lightning Pandas to push up through ruins, get inside the hardpoint. And also, FaZe got a really fortunate spawn. As that fighter pilot came in and picked up the kills, that player in Bell stays alive, and then all of his teammates wind up spawning up right on top of him. Royalty, he finds 2. Now he's starting to earn some score streaks to play with here. On to 5 kills for FaZe, still with the 30-point lead. But if Lightning Pandas lock down the remaining time here on ruins, they will have the lead.
We've got a positive 6 for Enable and Goonjar. We see Royalty at +5. Like you said, the slaying power is in Lightning Panda's favor. They do trail, but you've got to favor them right now. You see the streaks in the hands of LP. And Exotic on your screens, just putting bullets, peppering them to the top ruins. The one thing I'm looking at is that rotation to bunkers. It's all Lightning Pandas right now.
Yeah, Glide Bomb actually gets called in here. I'm not sure why they decide to use that. Maybe to just deny like 4 seconds of scrap time would like to see him save it for maybe, you know, the hardpoint after bunker. But right now, Lightning Pandas have nobody inside the hardpoint. Get inside the hill. You need this time to win the game. Play the objective. It's all about your time inside the hardpoint. Set up around it. You have streaks to use if you just want to buy a bit more time coming off the front. And yes, he's going to use the artillery barrage. You see these FaZe members as they push up through the field side of the map. They're not going to have to play around through the side of bunker, but they're picking up the kills. Lightning Pandas, they're going to take the lead on this hardpoint.
This is crazy. FaZe Clan was so far ahead in this one, and now FaZe are trying to bite back. They're trying to go through the back, but no, Lightning Pandas are having none of it. You've got a 3-kill streak for Royalty. Exotics on 2. They're having a lot of fun with this one. They are out slaying FaZe Clan by a lot here. Now they take the lead. Now they have the full control of bunker. We are going to see an East Road. But how will FaZe Clan deal with this one? There is still a fighter pilot, and that East Road, Revan, it is completely open.
No one has stepped up from this FaZe lineup to help out Priesta. He starts to slow down a little bit after heroic performances in the early stages of this hardpoint, but Zuma continued to struggle. 24 and 41. Attach, he does wind up, you know, going even here, but he had a slow start as well. Replays, he's got time inside the hardpoint, but he's negative as well. Somebody has to help out Priesta.
I'm worried about this fighter pilot. I really am. They might not even need it, but Zuma and Replays, they're going to find 2. If they're going to come back, this is where they need it. 3 kills. Nice. That's great for FaZe as they shut down Lightning Pandas, but again, fighter pilot may be coming in shortly. Are they going to save it for the cave? Are they going to keep it in the back pocket? 40 seconds left here on East Road. Lightning Pandas bite back, and Attach finds 2 on the flank. He needs to help out his team, though. Goonjar's getting all the points, and 3 kills going in favor, and he's starting to push out. You never know. Even Attach can still get streaks here.
And also take a look at where Replays is located. He's already playing ahead of the game. He set up over near cave, but as soon as I pointed out, he winds up falling by the hands of Exotics. Now Priesta has a tall task ahead of him. Fighting through back guys, has to find some sort of positioning over near cabin.
No one's even on this East Road. No one even cares about it right now. They're all just thinking of the next rotation because it can't end here. We still have score streaks in our hands. We've got Attach and Priesta picking up kills. But again, Lightning Pandas, they have full control of cave now as we rotate round FaZe Clan. They're in a lot of trouble. Zuma starting to pick it up, but maybe a little bit too late here. Royalty raining on down now with the fighter pilot. He's going to find 1, the 2, the 3. He sees the 4th, and that's just going to be information. This is going to be nearly impossible for FaZe Clan to get back into it. They've got to have 1 more shot, Revan.
Yeah, and it's got to be perfect. Only 4 more seconds for Lightning Pandas to close it out. And with this map win for Lightning Pandas, it's going to be FaZe advancing through the losers bracket regardless of the outcome here. Lightning Pandas also forcing the game 5.
Oh my goodness, one of the craziest CTFs that we have seen, and now we see a hardpoint end like that. FaZe Clan, I can't even recall exactly how far ahead they were, but it was almost in the bag, you felt. We had the streaks from Priesta, and it was really exotic. Goonjar as well stepped it up. It was fantastic to see, and we are going to be seeing a Game 5. But Revan, going into this one, we knew FaZe Clan, they had to close it out here in 4. They are not going to be able to do this. We're going to see a Game 5. You guys at home, take a break, grab a snack, grab a drink, because guys, we're going to a Game 5. It's going to be search and destroy. FaZe Clan, Lightning Pandas coming up after this quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Hey guys, Jess here bringing you the last open bracket update for CWL Seattle. 4 teams have made it out and are headed to the championship bracket losers round 1. Those 4 teams are Cyclone EU, Heretics, GGEA Orange, and Nordic. And in some surprising and slightly upsetting news, Vast Esports, which again is Theory's team, have been knocked out and are no longer in the competition. So it's a sad day for Theory fans everywhere. But for now, back on over to the desk.
Thank you very much, Jess, and my God, what a series this is. It's all tied up 2-2, and the final chapter of the Lightning Pandas versus FaZe story, or battle, is about to be written. Fellas, the dream's dead for FaZe in the winners bracket. It's all over. Sadly, that loss there on Ardennes is going to seal their fate. They will be going into the lower bracket alongside the likes of Luminosity Gaming and Optic, and more on that to come a little bit later. Nameless, is there a big surprise for you there? I mean, all I want is your surprises, your reactions in that regard, but it was a superb game.
I mean, they're both really good at Ardennes Forest Hardpoint. I mean, FaZe is better in the losers bracket anyways, so you know, they didn't really do too well in the winners bracket there. But in terms of that Ardennes Forest Hardpoint, I think Gunjar kind of spearheaded them back into that with those streaks, and then Royalty really kicked up. We saw his talent there at the end of that map.
Yeah, we saw a few times it was around that cabin. He had a couple of engagements. Like he was repositioning himself in those fights and just tackling the players that mattered the most, just really locking down that side of the map. Not a sweat bead on the head of any of the players there on Lightning Pandas as they walked straight back into that one despite the lead that FaZe has. Well, this is it. FaZe versus Lightning Pandas, the final matchup here on Alpha in the pool play, and my goodness, what a series it has been. First map goes to FaZe, the second to the Pandas, the CTF is all FaZe, and now we're back. Map number 4 was all Lightning Pandas, and this is it, the final one. FaZe versus the Pandas, Momo and Revan. Take it away.
Well, we're going to be going to Valkyrie to end this one, Search and Destroy, and this again we've seen so many times and coming more into just the map set. You know, when it was first introduced, we didn't see it as much. The teams now have practiced, played it, got their reps in, and I feel like understand it a little bit better. We've of course got games going down on Bravo, currently ending, I believe, on Valkyrie S&D, but Revan going into this one. We saw obviously the stat line of Zuma. Will he be able to perform as well? Anyone that you update, there you go. Answered my own question.
I was going to say, well, you need Zoomer to perform here because he didn't really show up in that previous Hardpoint. And, you know, even though FaZe, they know that they won't be advancing through the winners bracket, this is still a match you want to win, right? Every team you go up against, every competition that you play in, you want to win. Like, that's why these guys are here, to show that they're the best, to show what they're capable of. And it's FaZe coming out strong in that round number 1. They take it. It's a good start for them here on Valkyrie Surge.
Okay, well, very quick round here. Sometimes in Valkyrie is that kind of map where you get, you know, 8 players rushing into the middle, a lot of trades going down, but other ones you'll see players go and ring around the roses here in the middle ventilation room or over by the B-bomb site. But first round goes to FaZe Clan. And just kind of thinking back to map number 2 when we saw obviously these teams battling it out on St. Marie de Mont, we again saw a very hot start from Lightning Pandas go up 3-0, and FaZe Clan had to claw their way back into it. Let's see what Lightning Pandas have to offer on the attack.
And speaking of that map, the key player to look out for is going to be Gunjar. He had a huge map too when it came down to that St. Marie Search and Destroy. Let's see if he could replicate that same performance here on the Valkyrie. But kills just being exchanged once again. It's a very fast-paced round. You're a couple of seconds in and the round's already over. FaZe making it look easy there. They win the trades, they get the engagements going their way, and now they find themselves up 2-0, and it feels like we've only played like 30 seconds of Search and Destroy.
Well, that is 2 rounds in the books already. And both go into FaZe Clan here, so surprising. I mean, all smiles all around for FaZe. I mean, yes, they're no surprise to a loser bracket run, but I'm sure they would have much preferred that extra life in the winner bracket, of course.
Yeah. And this is a FaZe team. We talk about it quite often. You know, the mood's light. They enjoy playing with one another. The team chemistry is second to none when we talk about FaZe Clan. But now as we move into round number 3, we're watching through the eyes of FaZe. They're on offense, and we're watching Zuma.
Zuma doesn't find the first, but his teammate Attach will. Zuma's got a peek out, and 1, 2, 3. All down to Enable here. As I think this is just going to be equally as quick as Replays is on the hump with his PO8 in hand, but Enable, he has an STG. He's going to find 2. Ooh, there's the first. Never rule out Enable. A veteran in his own right. I'm excited to see what he can do with this 1v4, but with a bomb down, that is all she wrote. It's going to be another round to FaZe Clan.
Yeah, FaZe right now are just having their way with Lightning Pandas. Everything that they're throwing at them seems to be working. They're getting the initial engagements in their favor, and then once they have the man advantage, they're just playing with trades off of that. And typically, that's how you can see Valkyrie play out. It's a tried and true, just fast-paced flood and trade. FaZe making it work in their favor. 3 rounds played means 3 rounds won for FaZe. Lead scorer right now for FaZe is going to be Attach, 5-2. Priesta, even though he's only got 1 kill, he's got 0 deaths. So things looking good for FaZe early on.
I love this mentality from FaZe. Just, again, they're always laughing, always having fun. And, you know, you hear Zuma in like VTs just going, you know what, if we lose, yeah, we got to just put it out of our mind. We're all here just to have fun, play a video game at the end of the day. Even though $200,000 on the line, they've just come off with a big fat check. See if they can bounce back. But Exotic, he's looking to kick things off for Lightning Pandas. Very ironic, because Lightning Pandas kicked off the first search to destroy 3-0, and then FaZe Clan started to bite back. Looks like the tables have turned.
And now replays in a 1v4. He's been spotted trying to clean up the kill, and he's just going to give it on up. He wants to die before this bomb gets planted. You don't want to feed extra score, and you see him running around even though the bomb gets planted. He winds up dropping immediately after. So Lightning Pandas, they stop the bleeding for the time being, but so far every round we've seen played here on Valkyrie has been it's been decided so early on. You know, the first few initial engagements have just dictated who wins the round.
Yeah, I kind of cast my eyes. Of course, we have a quad split Revan to see Luminosity and Enigma 6. They were playing on Valkyrie. We started this round at 0-0, or this game 0-0, and they were on round number 4. They have just started round number 6. We're already like 4 rounds in. It is fast-paced action, and we love it. We love to see it, and it looks like we're going to see another one here. Is charging towards the A-bomb side. It's going to be Exotic. He's trying to get the better of Zuma, or maybe Attach this time. Zuma's already in a gunfight himself. Attach, there he is, the man himself. He finds his first blood, and the fourth here for FaZe Clan out of 5.
That was a crafty line of sight from Gunjar, unfortunately. Just can't make anything happen off the back of it. Now next up for line, it's going to be Enable. He finds one. Exotic follows up with a kill of his own, and that leaves Enable down to a 1v2. He gets immediately traded out, so it's going to be FaZe going back up by 3 rounds, 4-1 scoreline here.
2 more rounds. Can they at least pick up the victory? Because a victory, you know, yes, you're going to lose a bracket, but it's still a victory. You know, it's still that positive vibe. You go home, you go back to the hotel, and you think, you know what? We came off with the double. In fact, that might not be the case. They might have to fight through a loser bracket to start things off here, or finish things off on Saturday. We're here, day 2 of CWL Seattle. Lightning Pandas, they've come out, they've shocked the world, and Enable is the most recent addition, obviously having a very positive effect. But let's kick things off with round number 6 with another 90 seconds on the clock. FaZe Clan, again, so aggressive, even on the defense.
And look, obviously no team wants to try to play through the losers bracket coming out of pool play, and this one is shaping up to be one of the toughest roads we've seen. I mean, so many heavy hitters that we know will be advancing through the losers bracket. It's so tough to predict how this tournament's going to play out, but into this round, it's a 1v1. Priesta versus Exotic to decide round number 6. Oh, Priesta.
They both know where they are. Back and forth. The bomb is not a part of this one, but as Priesta backs off here, we are going to see him maybe work towards the bomb site. He may know the bomb's down here, but they separate. The 45 seconds will come into play. The 1v1 is still on.
Okay, so now Exotic, he's going to make his way over towards the objective, and what he's thinking right now is he has to think that Priesta knows the objective is down. That's the only way to approach this round, and it's the safest way as well. So you see him as he pushes in through storage, just checking his corners, making sure that Priesta's nowhere to be found, and I think this is going to be an easy bomb plan over towards the B site. But as I say that, Priesta's going to reposition. Hasn't seen anything over near A, and this might just be the perfect timing for him. Exotic is going to be laying this one down, and Priesta's hot on the trail as he turns the corner here at Smokestacks. Oh, he puts in some initial shots exactly with the challenge, but he was low health, low time. Priesta cleans up the kill, and now FaZe 1 round away from taking the series.
Love it. Still smiles around. That was a heart stopper right now because Exotic jumping on board, or jumping on around, should I say. Nearly found Priesta, but Priesta locked on, shut him down, and it's another round for FaZe Clan here.
Feels like that was the longest round we've seen so far this map. This has been a very quick search and destroy, and now FaZe, and we were talking about it, 1 round away from closing this one out. It's been a big performance from Attach as well as Zuma's finding his rhythm here, 5-3, 7-5 respectively. But look at the first blood comm as well. 2, 4, 5 out of 6 going in favor of FaZe Clan.
Well, can they make it 6 out of 7? Zuma doesn't need to because Priest has already done it. We got let off the hook, shall we say, as Priest jumping around. I don't know what he's doing right now, but he's having some fun. He's regrouping with his team over by the bunker, and Attach has decided to pull out the sniper. I think he's going for some traditional FaZe play style here, but with 60 seconds left on the clock now, a 2v2. Priesta finds another. He's on a 4-kill streak himself, but again, to these FaZe boys, they're just looking to close this one out as soon as possible.
And look, we saw Lacefield have a big impact with the sniper rifle earlier, and FaZe have so many rounds to play with that. Maybe Atasha's trying to throw a different look at Lightning Pandas, but it all comes down to this Priest that finds himself yet again in another 1v1, and he's gonna win it again. Back-to-back clutches for Priest as FaZe make that map look easy.